Here's two myths that I'm going to crack for you guys today, and I'm going to bust them, and I'm going to show you why. Okay. What's going on, guys? Just wanted to do a real quick scenario for you, bust two myths that I've been hearing floating around on YouTube and shit, and it blows my mind because it's misleading a lot of people, because there's a lot of misinformation out there that people do these reviews and they don't really explain everything, like what kind of games they play, what system they have, all this shit, what monitor they use. And they're talking about these capture cards and all this shit and OBS, and people are buying into all this shit when they could be just doing something simpler, right? So I'm going to tell you first what I have going on. I have a 12th gen system, top of the line, everything, 12900K processor, 3080 Ti, 64 gigs of RAM. My monitor, I'm running the Samsung 49-inch Odyssey Neo G9, 5120 by 1440p, 240 hertz monitor. So yeah, I'm pushing a lot of pixels over here. First myth is that if you're using a capture card and go out and buy a capture card and do a dual PC setup, and I've heard, to stop the screen tearing, you have to do this and all that stuff, but I just think something else is going on where you have to actually research why that's happening, because I'm going to tell you, if you are getting screen tearing and you're doing the dual PC setup, right, with your capture card, and then you say, oh, there's a fix, I looked up, just open up OBS on your gaming PC and do open projector or whatever it is, right? But at that point, as soon as you have had to bow down to doing that, right, you just defeated the purpose and wasted all your money on a dual PC and a capture card, because I'm going to show you this myth about when you open OBS on your gaming PC, you're immediately killing frames in your game. Now, here's something else they don't explain to you. Whatever game you're playing, the types of games you're playing, that's what they need to explain to you as well, which I never hear in their videos. I play intensive graphical games, FPS games, which FPS is important. Now, if you're playing little Candy Crush games, not a lot of shit's going on, you don't have to worry about it. Of course, you're not going to notice a hit in your game, right? You don't have to notice. But if you're playing games like Call of Duty, Battlefield, any other FPS titles, first shooter that you need that FPS, you need that fast motion shit to get by, right? You have to pay attention to what FPS you're losing, right? That's another thing that's not explained, and I just want to explain some of this stuff to you guys so you understand. I've been doing this for a long time. I might not be a content creator and get on here every time I do something and make a video. I'm just not that guy. But I do have a lot of experience in dual PCs, laptops, capture cards. I've done it all, NDI, and I've sat here for hours on hours on hours on hours, tweaking and poking the bear at this, poking the bear at that, my final is I'm streaming on my gaming PC right now with Streamlabs OBS. That has given me the best, smoothest, most stable streams that I could ask for out of everything. And the single PC stream is so much less stressful. There's so much less to worry about. You just open and go. I know a lot of you guys don't have PCs like some of us have, and they can afford the 12900Ks and the newer gens and all that shit. So you have to find other workarounds, which is fine. Do what you got to do. Let's jump right into it. I want to show you real quick so this video doesn't last too long. I'm going to explain to you, I am screen recording with Shadowplay, NVIDIA Shadowplay. I have an NVIDIA card, so I'm able to use Shadowplay. So the FPS you're seeing on the screen is about 146. Typically on this screen, I'm getting about 155, 156. So the screen recording right now from Shadowplay is actually bogging me down 10 FPS. So keep that in mind. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and open up Streamlabs like if I was about to go stream. There you go. You see the hit just because I just opened the program up, right? Here we are. Okay, you have your dual PC setup. You're getting screen tearing, right? You have your Elgato HD 60 Plus in your dual PC. You're good to go, but now you're over there and you're getting screen tearing. So you go to YouTube, you open up a YouTube, and they tell you, oh, if you're getting screen tearing doing that, just go to your gaming PC, open up Streamlabs, and do an open projector, and that'll stop your screen tearing. But they don't tell you that if you open up OBS on your gaming PC, you might as well just be streaming on your gaming PC. Some people are going to say, well, no, because you're not adding any sources. I'm going to go ahead and block out all these sources. Okay. I've already done all this. I've hidden on all my sources, as you see. So you can see, especially this is the important one, the game capture, the display capture, the game capture, whatever you decide to put in there, right? That's gone. Okay, that's one of the big differences. But let's take a look and go back into the game and see my FPS. So now you're looking at 133, right? So it bumped it up a tad. Okay, what, 4 or 5 FPS, right? But you're still opening up OBS. You're still using those resources. You're still taking a hit, right? You're still taking that hit. So when you look at it, you're taking what? Was that 10, 12 FPS hit, because I was at 146 before I opened up Streamlabs OBS. I'm opening everything back up, and I'm just gonna hide on my 3 sources. The only thing I'm gonna hide and delete out is the game capture. Okay, that's the only thing I'm gonna hide out. Okay. Okay, so now I have all that hidden. Let's go back over here, and you're still getting 133. So 133, no matter if you delete or hide or whatever, you're using the resources of OBS, okay? Once you open it up. There's your myth busted on opening up OBS on your gaming PC, and it doesn't affect your in-game FPS. Now, I'm going to tell you again, if you're playing games like MMO games or Candy Crush and Minecraft and these games, you're getting 300 FPS anyway. You don't see that, right? You don't give a fuck, right? You're just a couple of 10 FPS. If you're getting over 200 FPS, it doesn't fucking matter, right? So you shouldn't be concerned anyway. So that's fine. Go ahead and do it if that's how you want to do it. But I'm just letting you know, to save a lot of fucking money, that's the bust of that myth. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and close out Streamlabs OBS now. Okay. We'll wait for that to close out. Let our FPS go back up to 146. Okay. So we're back on 146 because we don't have any OBS open now. Second myth bust that I've heard videos talk about how Streamlabs OBS hits your system way more than regular OBS. That Streamlabs OBS uses way more resources than regular OBS. I'm about to bust that myth. So you saw what Streamlabs OBS did to my FPS, right? Now I'm gonna open up regular OBS Studios, and it's got the same, obviously the same sources, same scenes, same shit. I don't have nothing different on there, and I'll show you. I'm about to open up that, and you'll see the difference of a hit it's going to do on my game. Okay, so let me just show you. Here's regular OBS Studios, right? Same setup, regular OBS. Let's put that back up there so you can see the truth. All right, and I'll come back in the game. Okay, so now, as you see, another about 10 FPS has dropped off. It's fluctuating, right? Just about 10. Right? Well, I was at 133 with Streamlabs OBS. I'm at 124 with regular OBS. 23, 24. I would say the average is 124. So you're looking about 9 to 10, right? I mean, what more evidence do you need than that? Okay. So I've just tried to use regular OBS, and I've tried to use Streamlabs OBS. And nobody comment on, well, run as administrator and blah, blah, blah. I took administrator off both of them, because if you run both of these things on with administrator, okay, it's going to use more because it's pulling. I've already tried this. It's going to use more because it's looking at OBS first. So you're going to get less FPS in game. I've already tried it. Don't worry about leaving comments like that, because no, that's not the case. In conclusion, I will say this to this video. I don't say this lightly. Every system is different. Every setup is different. And in this day and age of these chips and technology and the shit that's in that system. No lie, I have sat here and I don't know what it was about my last computer, which was just below this one, the last gen. I would turn on my laptop and my desktop would turn on. Like, I'm telling you, these systems have minds of their fucking own nowadays. And there's things that I cannot explain to this day. I would just say this: before you invest in a dual PC, before you invest in a capture card, before you invest in all that shit, hopefully you watched this video and saw it for yourself. Know that, you know, the screen tearing issue that I hear a lot about with dual PCs and getting the capture card and having to come over to your gaming PC anyway to open up OBS, that's defeating the purpose. I just cannot grasp my brain around that. And if I'm wrong in any way, I mean, I just proved it. Like I said, these systems work in strange ways. It's like the lottery. If the shit don't happen on your system, then good for you. I'm not saying don't do it and it doesn't work on somebody's system, but hey, good fucking for you. But there has not been one scenario that I have opened up Streamlabs or regular OBS on my gaming PC and it didn't hit my game's FPS. Regardless whether I had any scenes, any sources, or anything. It's a process. And as soon as you open that up, it's going to bring it's going to affect whatever else you got going on. So guys, keep that in mind. I hope this video helped anybody before they go out and spend any kind of fucking all that money on dual PCs and Elgato cards and shit like that, because I've tried them. They're a pain in the ass. And I'm going to tell you, my life got a lot easier a few months ago. Or just a month ago. Even the guys that watch my stream, they helped me out. Cuban Mafia and Bushwookie. Shout out to them two guys because they've been helping me a lot with my streams. And they've seen it. They've even seen it with their own eyes. They've seen it along the whole way. All my downfalls, all getting it to where it is now, what it was before. So they can vouch for me. I just wanted to get this video out and help people, man. I really did, because there's a lot of people that are just putting their own reviews out and saying, yeah, all you gotta do is open OBS. And I'm like, what are you guys doing, man? You just paid all that money for the dual PC and then you come over here and you open shit up on your gaming PC anyway. That if you didn't have that stuff and you open that shit up on your gaming PC, you might as well be streaming from it. And keep in mind, guys, one very, very important thing. You're gonna say, oh well, the drop frames, that's why we don't do it. Your drop frames have to do with your upload speed and your internet, man, and your bit rates. That has nothing to do with your FPS in game. It has nothing to do with your processes. You have to adjust that shit accordingly. Peace and hair grease. Till the next time, I'm out. It's Pickle Ninja. Thanks for watching. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, because I'm watching.